Ah, ship. Not again. Just what the ocean needs. More flotsam for me to trip on. I knew I should have never surfaced at full size. Wait! Don't run away! There's no need for panic! Look! I'm tiny now, just like you. Well, not just like you. There's no need to go overboard. Why are you getting all up in my bubble like this? Is my bioluminescence mesmerizing you or something? Because that's how you wind up as ceviche. So this is the beach, huh? I thought so. Yeah, I've heard all about it. It's the place where whales come to die. Wow, and your sized ocean looks even bigger. How do your puny minds even begin to contemplate its vastness without driving yourselves mad? Or do you just not? So this is the beach, huh? I thought so. Yeah, I've heard all about it. Wow, and your sized ocean looks even bigger. How do you... So this is the... You think that ship will be okay? Damage to the hull below the waterline will get ya. Just a little bit of maritime wisdom for ya, free of charge. Don't you think there's enough human trash in the ocean? You humans! You're always venturing into my domain, but whenever I rise out of the waves to introduce myself, you harpoon first and ask questions never. I came ashore thinking you land dwellers might be better hosts than guests, but clearly I was wrong. Sigh. Anyway, I'm Sephia. You're still here? Oh, wow! Okay. Stay fresh, Sephia. Since this may be my only chance, can I just say one thing? I didn't wreck your little ship on purpose, okay? I'm not that kind of kaiju. Aw, you made me ink. Yeah, I've sunk a few ships, but in my defense, that was a really long time ago. How was I supposed to know that giving your explorers a guided tour would end with them sleeping with the fishes? I'm not a squid or an octopus, but a secret third thing. You just have no clue of what's down there, waiting for you in the deep. You're awfully brave for someone so tiny. It's cute, like a plankton that refuses to fear the whale. Maybe just don't ask me how that worked out for the plankton. Yeah, I've sunk a few ships, but in my defense, that was a really long time ago. Ah, humans. You're so scared of sharks when it's actually jellyfish you should be worried about. Now there's a sticky situation for ya. You're awfully brave for someone so tiny. It's cute, like a plankton that refuses to fear the whale. Maybe just being rejected by most of humanity yet again is a pretty huge letdown, but I can handle it. Crushing disappointment? Meh. Try being crushed by 8,000 pounds per square inch of underwater pressure. Don't actually try that. It's not pretty. Trust me. So what are you? Some kind of kaiju groupie? Because at first, I thought it was kind of cool you weren't scared of me. But now I'm wondering about your instincts for self-preservation. Primal fears evolved for a reason, you know. Yeah, I've met the big ape. I never understood his fascination with eensy-weensy human women, though. He'd get so much more mission-critical kaiju stuff accomplished if he quit monkeying around. You're awfully brave for someone so tiny. It's cute. Yeah, I've met the big ape. That whole Atlantis bedtime story humans tell themselves is so quaint and sort sort of sad. Is it really that hard to accept that there are places on this earth they can never claim or conquer? You're awfully brave for someone so tiny. That whole Atlantis bedtime story humans tell themselves is so quaint and sort of sad. Is it really that hard? Do I look like the kind of aquatic tart with a grotto full of thingamabobs to you? Okay, kinda. Gimme! I guess you could say I'm a bit of a humaboo. I've visited, like, all your shipwrecks. The Titanic, of course, the Queen Anne's Revenge, Kublai Khan's Lost Fleet. You ever heard of the Fleur de la Mar? Yeah, I've been there. Twice! Of course. When a cutesy little mermaid in her seashell bra or whatever takes a bunch of souvenirs from a sunken ship, humans are like, aw, she wants to be part of our world. But when I do it, it's grave robbing. Oh good, it's you! I wanted to hear your theories on the Bermuda Triangle. Humans' quaint little misconceptions about it are so funny. Yeah, I've met the big ape. I never understood. How would I even know if I'd seen Davy Jones's locker? It'd just get lost among all the other human trash that's littering the seafloor. Yeah, I've met the big... That old Atlantis bedtime story. It was a sad day in the sea when we heard Steve the crocodile hugger died. That guy was a real one. A human who saw the beauty and wonder in the monstrous and the strange. He could make a blobfish feel like a paid fish. Yeah, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Well, unless you're surrounded by one of the more aggressive subspecies of sharks, then all that thrashing around just attracts their attention. How would I even know if I'd seen Davy Jones? Yeah, I've met. Just keep swimming. Aw, you made me ink. Do I look like the kind of aquatic tart with a grotto full of thingamabobs to you? Okay, kinda. Gimme! I'm sorry if I come across a little bit intense. This is just the most time I've ever spent with a human. Without them drowning, anyway. And I'm mega curious. But hey, it could be worse. I could be a shark. They investigate stuff they're curious about by chomping on it. Have you heard the good news about our lord, the great dreamer Cthulhu? Just kidding. As if the old ones need the help of proselytizers. Of course I speak well. It looks great on a resume. I visited one of your human board game cafes today. It was educational and even kind of fun. Up until someone yelled, "You sunk my battleship!" at me. I did no such thing. And I present the suggestion. I visited one of your human board game cafes. I visited... Wanna hear a joke? Why do they say octopi are the friendliest fish in the sea? Because no matter who you are, they'll never pass up a chance to hug the life out of you. I visited one of... I've been meaning to ask you. Do you like my outfit? I've been told I have a habit of dressing too flashy. Well, I say there's no such thing, and anyone who disagrees is just lower on the food chain. Thank you for explaining what the moon is. I thought that glowing orb up there was attached to a colossal outer space anglerfish, and this whole planet was about to get gulped. I just realized. I've been so keen to find out everything there is to know about your world. It never occurred to me that you might have some questions about mine. So, go on! What'll it be? Do you want to know if there's still megalodons down there? Or how many enemy spy submarines are cruising your coastline undetected? Or, oh, how about I tell you what the bloop really was? Well, well, well. Would you look what the tide washed in? Obviously, I'm not jealous about you hanging around with other kaiju. I'm just concerned for your safety, okay? Not every giant city-stomping monster is here on an innocent cultural exchange like I am. I visited one of your human board game cafes. Obviously, I'm not jealous. I can't believe they call sea monsters man-eaters. Humans are way too scrawny and bony to eat. And even if you weren't, I'd never discriminate based on gender. I visited one of your human board game cafes today. It was educational and even kind of fun. Do humans actually pee on jellyfish things? You do know that rumor got started as a prank by the dolphins, right? And you actually fell for it? I guess that settles who the real smartest species on the planet is. I can't believe how many water bottles there are in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Mountain water, river water, tropical island water. How's the saying go? I heard you liked water. So you put your water bottles in the water? You seem like you're up for a good time. Wanna go terrorize a holiday town during the tourist high season and see how long it takes the mayor to admit there's something in the water? You are cracking me up! The big floppy hat and water gun were a great idea. Drawing down the hot sun doesn't seem like much of a way to spend a date. Have you ever seen a dehydrated sea sponge? It's horrifying. Thanks to you, I feel like I could go anywhere and talk to anyone without fear of harpoons. Too bad now I don't want to talk to anyone but you. I swear, I'm not trying to be a pilot fish. You're just really interesting. And you don't mind answering all my questions. And when I tell you about where I come from, you don't get a look of existential horror. Hi! Hiya! Howdy! Hello? Hola? Sorry, I'm not really good at this. You know, the sea never says hello. It just waves. Wanna, eat some crabs right out of their shells together? I wouldn't normally share, but for you, I think I'd make an exception. Is it true? Up here on the surface you mate, but then afterwards nobody dies or gets eaten? That sounds fun. Is it weird that lately I kind of want to drag you down into the fathoms with me? Not that I'd actually do it, but I admit it's something I've been thinking about. Would it help if I told you that I'm not thinking about eating you once we're down there? Sometimes, I wish I was more like my cephalopod cousins. If I had as many arms as they do, I'd use them all to hug you. Is it weird that lately I kind of want to drag you down into... You're pretty cute for a human. Your skin's real sleek, like a dolphin's. Now, if you had eel teeth or a tail barb like a manta ray, you'd be almost irresistible. Is it true? Up here on the surface you mate? Sometimes, I wish I was more like... You're pretty cute for a human. Your skin's real... Is it weird that lately I kind of want to drag you... Eek! The last time someone got the jump on me like that, they were piloting a giant robot. Of course, that time, they weren't trying to tickle me. They may have thought I was crazy back in the abyssal zone, but I always knew the surface could be beautiful too. Thank you for showing me. Whenever I see you lately, I feel like my whole body is full of exploding bubbles. Unrelated, but did you know that underwater volcanoes are superheated and highly toxic, yet home to entire micro-civilizations? I guess there's a place for everyone to belong. I had an inkling you were getting to like me. I decided to try an episode of that squid-themed game show everyone's talking about. I was expecting underwater trivia, but it was so violent. I want 10 more seasons immediately. Wanna, eat some crabs right out of their shells together? Sometimes, I wish I was more... Wanna, eat some crabs? You're rapidly becoming my fave human. I squid you not. I decided to try an episode of that squid-themed game show everyone's talking about. I was expecting underwater trivia, but it was so violent. I want 10 more seasons immediately. You're rapidly... Sometimes, I wish I was more... Would I be fishing for a compliment if I asked you whether I'd look good with scales? Sometimes, I wish I was more like my cephalop... Wanna, eat some... Is it true? Up here on the surface you make... You are cracking me up! So, let me get this straight. Humans gather in a dark space, allow themselves to be transfixed by a bright projection, but then nobody gets eaten? Is that why the popcorn portions are so big? To keep you from snacking on each other? You'd think after the 100th harpoon between the eyes I'd have learned my lesson and just stayed in the abyssal zone where I belong. Curiosity killed the catfish after all. But I'm not a catfish. I'm a kaiju. And if we had run away from one another at the first sign of danger, we'd have never discovered one another's beautiful depths. Hey there, sailor. Ugh, I can't believe I said that. Do you have some soap so I can wash out my mouth? You're rapidly becoming my... Did you know octopuses and squid have 3 hearts? I don't know how many I have. I never counted. But what I do know is they all belong to you. Would I be fishing for a compliment? You're rapidly becoming my... Did you know I decided to try an episode of that squid-themed game show. Would I be fishing for a compliment? I decided to try... Did you know You're rapidly becoming... More! I want at least 10 tickles! You're giving this to me? For eel? Wow! I always knew I was curious about humanity, but it was more than an academic thing. I didn't want to study them or observe them from afar. I wanted to be among them because I liked them. I liked you. The more I get to know you, the more like doesn't even begin to cover the way I feel about you. I need a different kaiju-sized word to express the way I feel about you. Like love. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. To think, people thought us kaiju were a myth. They sure read the signs on that one. If our relationship were a submarine, it'd be a real Lovecraft. Some fish straight up die if you mess with their habitat, but not me. Saltwater, freshwater, doesn't matter. All I need is you. If you want to go live in some murky algae-infested bog, I'll happily be your little swamp thing. If our relationship were... No, I don't resent sharks for having their own special week exactly, but they're not the only apex ocean predators who've survived multiple extinction events, you know? When do the rest of us get our turn? Come on, take me into your arms. Don't be tentacruel. Oh, did you brush up against an anemone recently? Because one touch from you is making me tingle all over. Soon may the marshmallow come to bring us sugar, kisses, and tea. That's gossip. And bum? I did a human meme. Hit like if you want to see more. Did I do that part right? Now that we're together, I can finally settle the debate on whether the plural of octopus is octopuses or octopi. How? It's easy. When it comes to you, I'll always choose us over I. That girl Bonnabelle, slap a starfish in her hair and I swear she's the spitting image of someone I knew down below. If anyone tries to tell you I'm secretly a fish alien, it's a trap. Are you sure you're not part anglerfish? Because you certainly attracted me. Oh, all right, I admit it. You caught my heart. Hook, line, and sinker. When I first came to the surface, I thought thought the sun was hot. Little did I know, you had it beat. If anyone tries to tell you I'm secretly a fish, I'm from the abyssal zone, darling. Of course I love you deeply. I knew there was something worthwhile up here. If I could just get past the whole humans are booting me every time I come to the surface thing. Thank you for proving me right and making it all worthwhile. Oh, all right, I admit it. You caught my heart. Oh, I haven't gotten an unexpected gift of this caliber since that huge honkin' diamond necklace came plummeting down and bonked me on the head. Gosh, that was ages ago, too. It's been 84 years! More! More! I want at least 10 tickles! You know, in the abyssal zone, the water temperature is regularly only a few degrees above freezing, right? So I don't really need to be bundled up like this. On the other hand, I look very cute, so I'll allow it. Huh. For all the schools of fish I've met in the Seven Seas, this is the first I've heard of a school uniform. It makes sense, though. How would a tuna wear a necktie? Down in the abyssal zone, making them stop and stare is all about the light show. But in your case, I'd say this bikini is working way better than even the brightest biolumin. This dress makes me feel as frilly as a jellyfish. Oh, sorry. What's the equivalent surfacing? Let's see. This dress makes me feel as pretty as a princess? Did I say that right? Yay! You may kiss the tide. Ride. Phew! Am I ever glad you didn't give me fishnet stockings? The last thing I need is to get tangled up in my own outfit at the worst possible moment during our date. I see you eyeing my fish hook. I know what you're thinking. Yes, it's a trophy. And no, the angler I snatched it off of never tried casting his line in my waters again.